Alright guys, I can't believe that we're here, but game number 5 of the quarterfinals. We made it to Silver Scrapes. It's a special moment when we get here. We haven't gotten here that often. And we were just talking about this off camera. This is what we do it for. The entire regular season, all of the admin, all of the complaining, all of the moaning, it's all to get here in the playoffs. This is the sweetness. So enjoy it while we have it, guys, because game number 5 does not happen often. What a moment, right, Jason?
I'm stoked. I can't be more excited for a series to get to game 5 and have it be back and forth the whole time. We saw a bit of a one-sided match just come out and clear the way for a game 5.
Yeah.
They said, let's go ahead, get this one out of the way. We're going the distance, so we just need to clear this one out. And it still could go either way very easily. But let's look at, we've got Zaun Plague is taking, it looks to be blue side from my understanding. I haven't been given a confirmation on that. I'm just taking a peek at it. And how are we going to see the draft progress? I liked the Jarvan ban.
Well, I think the Smolder moves now.
Yeah.
So Targon has to ban Smolder, and that's going to open up one of the. It'll be Gangplank, Urgot, and then something else for Zaun.
We'll see if they decide to leave Smolder up, and then we have essentially a run back of the situation we had before.
Yeah. So I think that iteration we have to pay attention to. See, the Smolder probably was very high, but Jarvan as well as Sejuani. But you can't just you can't just blindly pick Sejuani because. The Morgana's there, right? So
and Penultimate bringing it out of nowhere, dropping the Morgana jungle,
best
and
game
then doing
of the
a
series.
fantastic job.
Backs against the wall, Targon played so well. So
I was so hyped at the Kevin's play, where she just turned back from the play, picks up a quick kill to save her mid laner, and then back to the objective. It was awesome. Yeah. And Widow Guy continuously applying pressure. But she is resilient, and the teamwork from both sides to support their junglers has been great to see. And Widow Guy going for these invades all the time, as we've grown to expect. But I'm so excited.
Yeah, but now is the time. This is game number 5. If you're gonna show up, it has to be now. If you lose, you go home. Everything is on the line for both these teams. It's match point in the series.
You know what? Also, it is. This is the time to subscribe so you don't get ads in the next game.
That's true. That's true.
This is the time.
Yeah. So yeah, very excited for our game, and we are into draft for game number 5. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the Silver Scrapes. Got to enjoy it. Kalka, congrats on getting off work, man.
Yeah, we'll let the Silver Scrapes play out, and then we'll get back to some of our regular music, and maybe we'll drop it again in the loading screen. It's very rare that we get to play some Silver Scrapes. It's truly been, I think, 2 or 3 times in the history of the LCC that we've gotten to drop the track. Riot published War Songs, an album in 2016, which contains their metal version of Silver Scrapes. But of course, we've brought back the old version, 4 million views on YouTube. The original Silver Scrapes, Be Woo Woo as you know it. The bands to come out, Jarvan to start us out this time. So just mixing it up a little. Maybe we'll see the rest of it come out the same. Ivern.
I think I like this change. I think I like this change. The Jarvan very strong for Whittle, and at least taking it away. The Smolder here taking away.
Something is going to be up.
Yep.
So TJ Malphite or
Ivern would be insane if we get a game 5.
Game 5 Whittle Guy Ivern, the season 2
Zillion.
Mr. Tree himself, the Green Father, and a Zillion taken away. Malphite banned. Ivern is on the board. Will we see Whittle Guy drop it?
No way.
There's a B1. Will he drop the Ivern immediately, or are we going to see potentially it go further? There's does it get through the second round of bans? No way,
yes.
Right? Ivern hovered.
Do it.
Yes! It's locked in. We get Whittle Guy's Ivern to bring us to the game 5.
Let's go.
It can't be better.
Let's go. It's gonna play Rise in the background.
Oh, I can't do that. That's too copyrighted. I can't do that one. That's way too copyrighted. We can't do that one.
Let's go.
I love it though. Rise is a sick song.
I can't believe we got Ivern.
Oh, did Targon force the Silver Scrapes when Choffles was on? I think so. Choffles had a Silver Scrapes, didn't he? I think it was semifinals?
No, Targon 3-1-3-1-3-0.
Okay, I'm wrong. Never mind. You know what? You should know, Choffles. I'm not going to know. I have to ask Jags. I'm not going to know about it. And then we've got Morgana again for assuming penultimate. We've seen it jungle first pick.
Still flexible here.
In a Vayne hover. 3 games in a row now, Vayne locked in. You guys are professionals? We're professionals that are doing the broadcast, the spectating, and the casting all at one time from one machine on one monitor. It's a big monitor, but that's all I got. God, it would be so nice if we had a broadcast team to do production. And we got a Yumi Zeri locked in. Dude, I'm going to sit down.
What is the Zaun team? Okay,
Jags, I'm going to sit down for emotional support.
So this is their first Ivern all season long.
Yep.
And then they go Yumi Zeri at the end.
And then the Vayne Rel. Everything is up in the air. Nothing is constant. You can't believe anything. Holy cow. We started this broadcast at 7 p.m. with my internet breaking, and we are here now at Silver Scrapes Game 5 for a incredible series. This is an all-timer for sure.
So what time is it for the reg?
I don't know.
It's
dude.
5 hours.
5 hours ahead?
So it's 4 a.m. for him right now?
He's cruising. He's on his
345.
He's on his third monster of the series.
Popping an M.
He is dropping.
He's popping a
caffeine.
Dr. Pepper, dude. He's popping a DP.
23 flavors?
all of them.
Somebody crack open a cold one for that one. Rel for the shield bust. Ooh, that's a very good point. Yumi primarily provides damage resistance. Ivern as well.
Yeah.
Great point. And Zeri likes to steal shields, and so those will also be popped off. Can Zeri does not pop Morgana shield, right?
Zeri, like the W, the zap on your wall? No, it will not.
Okay.
The black shield is it's got enough resistance.
But Zeri's auto attack steal shields. So that's what it's talking about.
I don't think it'll steal the
Yeah, I don't think it steals black shield, but we'll be able to steal shields off of Rel. Unless I'm completely forgetting that they've taken that away. It doesn't help when they just keep changing Zeri's kit over and over. Okay,
Guys,
I'm
let us
going to take
know-
a moment to breathe before we get into the next game.
Let us know in chat if we should just make him play game 6 after this, because
Let's make it a best of 7.
it's been so good. I don't want this series to end.
Our
but-
regiment's going to collapse if we do another game.
That's true, yeah. It has to end. That's why we have Game 5. That's why we have Silver Scrapes. It has to end now.
This is
Has
where
to
it all
end
comes
here.
down to. Somebody is walking home a victor and somebody is walking home disappointed but excited that they had such a legendary series. This is one to remember. This is one to call people in, get them here.
Reds gets
they want to be
Pantheon.
able to say that they were here for this
Yeah, where
match.
were
And
you?
the Pantheon comes back around. Ornn locked in. This is one of the most consistent picks we see out of Targon Titans. Ornn is always looking healthy. It's never behind even when it's not ahead. It's always looking very comfortable in their lane.
Vayne, Ornn, they're set to scale into the
Vayne,
late game.
Ornn, Rel, Morgana, what more could Akateo want to keep him alive? As the Mundo is just going to be a fat tank to run in his direction. But really, this is kind of shaping out to be a bit of Inferno against Agateo in a bunch of these. But Minty looking now for the Swain, run it back. Ornn Swain.
So playing Swain, he had a great Swain last game. Playing
Great
it into
Swain.
Pantheon now, this is a different matchup than
Yep.
it was into Neferi, but still should feel confident going forward. And he looked very strong. Off to a couple early kills, which helped him really get the snowball rolling. Yeah, Reds on the Pantheon, very comfortable. The Zeri Yumi, I'm a little bit hesitant. And so Pantheon and Zeri are going to have to carry. That is the damage on this team. It's all AD damage. And so itemization should be pretty simple for Ornn and Rel coming forward.
Yeah, it's game 5, and we got to call on Chef and Hope. Yeah, comfort is king. Your back's against the wall for both of these organizations. This is where you are playing for your playoff chances, trying to play for that final. You didn't manage to get your bye. This is how you manage to fight your way into those semis and try to get to that stage.
And for one of these teams, what a fight it will have been as they make their way into the semis. And for the other, a sad, sad way to end it, a sad way to go on vacation here.
Our Sexy calling out Lichbane, Nashers, Ivern incoming. I'm definitely expecting Whittle Guy to take a carry position rather than one of support. But this is a spectacular lineup. I'm so excited for this game from it. Targon versus Onplay. Break it down for me. Who are you expecting to come out on top of this one, based off draft as I get the prediction on you?
I think you can never count out Ivern in the hands of Whittle Guy. That's the reason. I mean, ultimately, the reason he was our Season 2 MVP was because of Ivern.
The Ivern was unstoppable, and his attention to bot lane on Ivern is unstoppable. So we'll see if that aligns itself again when we've got Zeri Yumi putting so much pressure on the hands of Inferno to keep both himself and his cat alive.
I think Agateo on Vayne. So many incredible decisions have been made throughout this series. We had 3 close games, and then in a game 4, Targon absolutely dominated that game 4. That was one of our hardest stomps that we've seen all season long, and it was to push us to a game 5. And so you can't even be mad about it.
It's so sick. And then I want to call one thing I've been very happy to see this series is that teams are willing to see that the play is dead and then pull back and try to find what can we get elsewhere. They're not going to force through and just give up an ace for free when there's nothing on the line for it, or that they can't possibly find a way in.
The one thing I
and
want
then
to
in
mention,
game 4 at the end we saw, but it was it was kind of over.
Yeah.
It was going to be a long slog to try to bring that one back, and perhaps just decided, like, let's try for it and then get on to Game 5.
Yeah. The one thing I want to mention is that if this game does go late, the scaling is in favor of the Ornn Vayne. So they definitely have the way forward. If we get to that 30, 35, 40-minute point in the game, I think it's kind of clearly in their hands. So Pantheon does have that pressure to try and find some of these picks before they really group up and team fight every single time. So again, another Pantheon game. We want to see them push down these side towers. We want to see them break open the map and find ways for Pantheon to find picks.
Yeah.
We have to watch the Ivern pathing.
Oh, of course, sure.
So yeah, we have to start.
I'm gonna zoom in to half the regular.
Do we have our
distance
prediction
of the
going?
camera.
Yeah, we do have it going.
Running. We got the music.
Guys,
going.
this Game 5, get it in. Get those.
Get your
predictions
subscription.
in.
Subscribe now. Don't get ads. Should I run an ad right now before it starts?
You can. Yeah.
Oh. That's usually your job. How do I do that? Okay, we're running an ad
Here we go.
break. Hopefully, we'll not get any during Game 5. That would be unfortunate.
We ran one.
But if this game goes 2 hours long, we'll get an ad.
That's the thing about. I think
We can't stop it.
I think it puts it on a 45-minute cooldown, which means if this game goes 45 minutes and then there's a big team fight at 45 minutes, it's.
I need a button to play ads, and I press it right before Baron. Subscribe, or you'll miss Baron.
Yeah,
I'll make sure.
All right. Oh man.
I
can't believe we got Ivern in Game 5.
Ivern in Game 5, Agateo, Vayne on Game 5.
It's just crazy.
We've got the run back of the incredible Morgana jungle coming back to us again. And Morgana, I gotta say, is a very interesting counterpoint to the Ivern.
What a special iteration into draft that we got as a result.
Bassoon, I need you to go analyze this series and break it down. Because some of the most uncommon picks we've seen throughout the entirety of the LCC coming out and really shining.
Yeah, we saw
except for
all the way back to Game 1, we saw Yunara.
Yunara didn't really pan out.
Now we're seeing a Zeri.
But we are seeing a lot of very interesting picks that are not common. Ornn has been Ornn and Pantheon have been some of the most consistent throughout this, but Pantheon is really just a factor of Reds being in the game.
And we saw multiple Lux games. Agateo played Lux carry.
He did
in this series.
He did, in fact. Okay, we are
TJ
on to
played
the Rift.
Warwick top. I mean, it's been
and clapped
what
with
a series. All right, guys, here we are in Onto the Rift, game number 5. It's win or go home, and Frankward has not bought items.
He doesn't need those. No refill pot, nothing necessary. I'm keeping my eyes on this Whittle guy, Ivern. Wait, we'll zoom out. I guess I can check out what's going on for other people. Quick eyeball in the bot lane. Both of them are going to back away. I reckon no. That's gonna. The game is over. Full trades. And TJ again. Every time they're on blue side, TJ and Whittle guy will usually walk up to place this Raptor ward. So watch out. Should they progress through the playoffs, you can maybe try to play around that, but could be difficult to try to make much happen of it.
Yeah, with the way that level 1 has changed now, it's really hard to punish set plays like that.
Yeah.
If you send your bot up there to catch them, sure you get the kill, but then you give up so much bot side. Not even sure it's worth it. Nice early trade from TJ.
Of course, Frankward no items, so will we see him? He's just realized I've got to build an item.
Let's see what he builds.
So that may be the pressure.
Probably
this is
Ruby
Game 5.
Crystal.
This is a measure of endurance. We're deep into this series. So Whittle guy starting up on the top side, placing. Yes, you can build your Dorans. You can build any item except potions, and refill.
I didn't know that you could build Dorans. That's cool.
Yep, you can build any item except a consumable. Which refill potion counts as. So Whittle guy starting in his top jungle and moving downwards, he's going to be moving back up to collect those camps as they've matured. Inferno and Yoni playing it safe, allowing themselves to be pushed in on this matchup. The 2v1, they are down on push priority, but now going to get safely to level 2. We're going to look for a crash down here, but a little bit far
Yeah, the
out.
remount there we'll find, and there's the breaker down onto Inferno. Nice damage there onto Inferno.
Yeah, nice little trade back.
All right, both these teams settling in so far. The Never route just missing. And we see the path down towards bot side as Whittle begins his march towards the bot lane. And ultimately, of course, keeping up in terms of tempo. Again, so, nice quick clear here on the Morgana, able to keep up.
Yeah, little guy now on the bot side. We can expect his traditional pressure on the bot side from Ivern, but how will it present itself? Pings down now. Agateo and Oreganon do not have vision, but they may smell something in the water as Inferno moving forward in the 1v2 after being so passive. It's going to indicate something is maybe a little off as the wave pushes back their way. So a nice bounce set up by Agateo and Oreganon to protect themselves.
And you can see how high the tension is. That prowling projectile landing. Nice escape there from Whittle. Will the root collar come out? Some autos going down. Spell immune though. Where's the root collar?
Stun
there
available.
It is. It comes out. Root
but what
is
a bind.
landed. Will they find the kill? This is flash out, but it's a first blood going over to the Zaun Plague. And they find it under tower, penultimately flashing away, but still going down. What a find
the
for Whittle
patience
and
out
Reds.
of both sides. A great timed Black Shield, and then moving away, but just enough damage out of Reds. And now using these double buffs, going to aggress onto Minty Bun. Could find a kill. One more spear will do it.
Oh, there's the flash away. So the respect there for Minty. No ignite. Still on cooldown after that 2v2 to find penultimately. Yeah, so Whittle. The Never Root. Ooh,
an ultimate here to protect Minty as Reds was absolutely looking for that dive.
Now looking to find ways forward and feeling confident here with First Blood on his best champion, on his most played pick. Dive in onto penultimately only level 4, knowing that Minty had to reset here. What can Whittle find? The root collar in, the auto forward, and it's another kill as they team up. And Whittle Guy is insane on the Ivern.
Yep, finds the bind. Black Shield comes out just a moment too late, but there's no vision, and so it would have been very difficult to react in time. And the aggression is even more pronounced this game than we've seen in previous ones, where there was more stealing coming out. But of course, an early reset, picking up as much cooldown reduction as possible, and a Dark Seal. So Whittle Guy, I believe we're going to see some power out of this Ivern. Starting off great for himself and 2-0 for Red's Awesome on the Pantheon.
Frank and TJ, they've been trading all night long and are no longer afraid of each other, no longer afraid. The crash down here
blind
from Oreganon. Yeah.
But Oreganon just sniffs it out and cancels this reset. Oreganon exhaust back down. They're looking
the
for
remount.
The extended
flash
play.
In. Will force the flash out. So it's a flash for flash, but there's the follow-up stun. Gets the barrier out. So that's 3 use. Here's the call to Forge God topside. One more auto in. It's a solo Bolo top lane in game number 5 as Frankward picks up one of his own. And Targon gets on the board.
That's right. On the board, Dragon has spawned. And a great pickup from Frankward. We've mentioned in these other games that TJ has been looking outstanding. But Frankward, as we know, is one of our strongest top laners in the league. He has a nice gold lead for himself and has picked himself up a solo bolo in the top side to open up his lane. And we've got a Starfall
ultimate
now.
in from Reds. The flash bot side down. Agateo able to tumble away, flash away though. And so Whittle now has to frontline. Still level 5, no Daisy. But Inferno and Yoni are on the side here. Can they find this kill? The zap, the laser, just wide. And Targon Titans will have to back up. That means the Zaun Plague.
Teleport now coming in from Frankward. He's here, but the Dragon is going to go over.
There's no call to Forge God here. Has already used top lane for the solo kill. So teleport to this Dragon, but the objective already taken for the Zaun Plague.
Yep, he's not going to find himself behind off the result of this play, but Frankward's definitely going to be wanting that one back a bit as he's teleported down and sacrificed some of the advantage that he built for himself off of that strong laning to start out the game.
Yeah, you can see TJ pushing in. He is going to get a plate here for that teleport. So good, good rebalancing, and that should, if we look at the gold, bring him much closer. Yeah, within 200 gold here. So, yeah, big lead here for Ivern, big lead here for Reds, and that's where that 1100 gold lead sits for the Zaun Plague. This is game number 5. This is the one that counts. You don't get another one after this. So
lay it all on the line because there's nothing left after this one. A first reset coming from Red's Awesome. Going to pick up Boots and a Serrated Dirk. Sorry, Boots 2 fully out of the gate. So we're going to have a very quick Pantheon. Pantheon, one of the fastest base movement speeds in the game. I think he's at 350 along with Yi, classified as a sprinter. And so he's very easily going to be able to get around the map now, and he's going to be looking to move around with Little Guy on this Ivern. A lot of vision set up in the bot side before that dragon play, but now been cleared out and replaced by the blue side. Targon going to be trying to reset this, and I'm very curious to see how this bot lane plays out in the long run.
Yeah, Void Grub's up in 20 seconds here. I'm not sure what the decision is, but it does seem that Agateo and Oreganon have this pressure advantage where anytime they walk forward, Inferno and Yoni have to respect it. Meanwhile, able to keep up in farm very nicely. So, yeah, big XP advantages. Agateo already level 6, Oreganon only level 4, however.
Yeah.
So,
and Ultimate looking for a lane gank in the top side, and I like the angle to try to set up for those Void Grubs, but not able to find anything. Spending about 30 seconds up there, I believe. And Minty looking for these trades onto red, but often burning them into the shield. I really like that adjustment. The timing just a little bit later so that the shield is burned out, and then finding the trade.
Yeah, good find here.
Adjustment.
Scaling up for both sides. Again, you know, the later this game goes, the better it is for the Targon Titans. So they're okay with scaling, and they are going to collect Void Grubs. That's all 3 going down. Meanwhile, the engage onto penultimately beautiful timing, and so they are going to go back. Chains of Corruption will land onto both the flash away, but Daisy snipes the kill. Here's the Call to Forge God in onto 2. Minty will find Reds on the back of that fight. It's 1 for 1 so far. Whittle has already flashed out, and Daisy is now frontlining for this team. Daisy's so strong right now.
Daisy, what a girl.
Oh, a flash in, trying to find the never move, but it will not land, and so Daisy drops, but it's a 1 for 1 at the end of that fight. However, penultimately and the rest of Targon early onto the objective, and so they get that objective. So still a win, I think, for the Targon Titans.
Trading 1 kill away over onto the blue side in order to pick up those 3 Kevins, I think is a nice trade. I would take that.
All right. Walking forward here, Inferno and Yoni looking to continue to oppress.
Looking for a rotation on the bot side. Going to be spotted out by
Dragon 90 seconds. Only a 1,000 gold lead.
As Ivern walking over now. Penultimately on
Root
division.
Caller in. They find penultimately. What timing. Beautiful pixel ward. And here's the ultimate forward, the condemn away, but the rest of Zaun is there. They find not only 1, but Agateo as well, and 2 go down for Targon.
Chaffles, you need to get in the DMs, build up this morale, as Targon were bucking underneath the pressure of Whittle Guy's Ivern, but struggled to find the success in that play.
Okay, about a 2k gold lead now for the Zaun Plague. We can look at itemization, we can look at individual gold, but no completed items through for anybody so far. We're still in the early game, but 5-2 and about a 2k gold lead. This game looking much better for Zaun. Nice interrupt here as Belittle level 8 already. No flash, and so they commit everything in onto Ivern, and Ivern will go down a greedy back, punished by the Targon Titans.
Good vision and good heads-up play to all move over, punish that greed.
Nice bind from penultimately to stop the recall.
And importantly, stop the Dark Steel stacking as well. Going to knock those stacks off and keep Whittle Guy from snowballing this game out of control. And just keep that tempo within reach. That's what you need to do to get Agateo to this late game. Get Minty Bun to the point where he's got this Rod of Ages and can tank these front lines. Frank and TJ on the top side are just going to keep trading back and forth. We can expect them both to find some farm and find some experience. I'm really looking at the rest of the map as we have an engagement Oreganon bot side.
Oreganon looking in the crash down and the flash out.
Exhaust out onto Agateo. Condemn not going to connect as the
so
flash
afraid.
forward or flash backwards.
Yeah, flash and exhaust from the side of Zaun used. So I mean, Oreganon and that engage just really nicely timed there.
And it looks like blue side is going to give up this dragon. They've got the first one. They say we don't need to worry about it too much. You can immediately see Whittle Guy moving to steal. And penultimately going to be quite happy to pick up this dragon. Agateo and Oreganon providing that pressure to open up this dragon.
And they brought it back within 1,000 gold now at 12 minutes in. So the Targon Titans will not let this game slip out of their hands, and they continue to fight back with a vengeance here in game number 5.
Minty Bun moving over to the top side. Penultimate decided to move over to the Raptors.
Ornn is here. A beautiful Never Root onto 2. The ultimate out. Whittle Guy. Will he be caught out? He will go down. And they punish in the top side fight. Penultimately, meanwhile, on the invade, they turn the fight. It looked so good for the Zaun Plague, but Targon Titans turn it around. They flip the script on the Zaun Plague.
Yep, and I'm so curious to know if they were playing off the vision to see that they were going into on the top side that Whittle guy, they gave up the dragon. Whittle guy is looking for steals, and then he plops his, I forget what it's called, but he plops his passive onto the Raptors, takes the Krugs, and then moves back over to pick up the Raptors and is caught out in that play. So really nice heads-up play to rotate over there and make it work, even with penultimately getting max value, stealing the opposite camps from the other side.
Okay, I will say a couple really good plays here for Targon, but it's still, let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's still a gold lead for Zaun. Zaun still in the game, 3 kills onto the Pantheon for Reds, but even in gold, slight gold advantage for the Zeri. So, yeah, very minimal differences here. Only 500 gold is the difference. Both teams with a dragon. Yeah, we'll have to see how it turns out. There is a little bit of action mid here as an engage from Reds onto Minty. Minty now backing out. Crash down from Oreganon. The stun in onto Whittle. Magnet Storm finds Ivern again, and Chains of Corruption from Penultimate. Will the follow-up bind land? There's the Never Root, and they find 2 again. All of these scraps going the way of Targon, but they're just sending an extra man. That was 3 into 2 means Targon win that one.
Yep, Oreganon known for those rotations over, and it's making the difference in that skirmish. Targon were on the back foot to start out this game, but now they've found some openings for themselves, and they could find another one here as Zonplague try to back out with Inferno.
Here's the ultimate in from both Zaun. They have to find the way to battle this out, but a tumble in from Agateo, and the silver bullets reign supreme. A double kill for the Targon bot lane as they win the heads up 2v2, and it's now 8 kills on the board, and they've completely turned the gold lead around. It's about a 1,200 gold lead for the Targon Titans. What a series of plays. 5-0 mid, 2 kills on the Vayne, and the Scaling team has the gold lead.
Yep, Scaling team has the gold lead, even though Penultimate has not found nearly the level of success that she did in the first game. She has still been at these skirmishes, making her presence known, finding these objectives. The scoreline doesn't look nearly as pretty, but the success is there. Triple, TJ said that, I know Whittle Guy's not buying any Giants belts this time around, so I'm going to pick up an extra one. Just 3 Giants belts now walking out to lane. As much raw base HP as he can find. And it looks like Targon are setting up for a play on the top side and going to sack this bot tower over to Inferno and Crimson.
Yeah, Reds is going to take this game into his hands here. 3 kills early and on a very strong champion at this point in the game.
Taking the hubris as well.
Really needs to find something. It looks like Yoni and Inferno will at least capitalize here, and this is going to be first tower going down for Zaun, but they're giving up Herald as a result. So tower for Herald.
Yeah, we'll see where the Herald goes down. I imagine it's going to be tried
deep in.
They're going to try to drop it for the mid tower take. And Whittle Guy, as always, looking for those invades anytime the opportunity is available. Nice Doge emoji.
So Herald spawned instantly mid, and they will need to cover this on the retreat, on the cover. The charge used. Penultimately is here. The root collar just misses wide.
Looking for an engage. Black Shield is down. A root lands onto Minty Bun, but
Daisy
falls.
evaporated, and here comes Minty. A Never Root down onto Reds. Reds brought low. A big shield will come out, but it won't be enough as Agateo is on a killing spree. And the Targon Titans cannot lose these skirmishes. They're so successful. Frank on the teleport in finds Inferno and Yoni on the side. It's now Oreganon and the rest of the Targon Titans to collapse as well. Inferno and Yoni have to get out, but meanwhile their mid tier 1 already gone, and Targon turns the attention onto the mid tier 2. So much pressure, so much turret damage going down so early on.
Yeah, this game is exploding, and I mentioned that there was a lot of patience before. It does not feel like there's patience left in these players' minds. Everybody is wanting to go. They want to win. They want to make these things happen. There are times where they are choosing to try to make the play on the strong side of the map where they are giving up the objective, but Zonplay cannot keep giving away everything.
Okay, Dragon is up. It feels like the pressure could be ramping. They might feel like they need to go and fight this, but Oreganon is awaiting them in the bush there.
Here.
Crashdown out means that it will be a little
Minty
bit
Bun
longer
on the top
that they
side.
survive.
He has teleport available. Starcall going to come down. No teleport coming out from either top laner so far. That's 5-0 on the top side. Teleport coming through now.
Yep, but it's engaged straight in onto Ivern. Daisy with a knockup, but Minty in onto the backside of this fight. Whittle now left alone. Red's separated from his team, so flashes out. Frank flashing forward, and they're not unable to play together the way that Targon
now, but the fight may be already over.
Team. Okay, Bind goes into the Mundo. The laser from Zeri will be flashed away from Minty, so a couple of flashes used here on this fight, and finally the Dragon is started up. Can Reds find a way in? Will return to the bot lane, and it looks like Ivern is just going to give this one. Dragon collected that second dragon, and we are within 800 gold is the difference. So still a very close game here, 18 minutes in, but Targon starting to win these team fights. A good positioning here, early positioning.
Yep. Right now, absolutely essential that they got that first dragon, or else they would already be facing off against Soul Point. And I gotta say that the Rel pickup feels like it was a stroke of brilliance into these shield comps. It's finding a lot of value.
Yeah, I mean, I think just right here, watching the 2v1 mid as Zaun doesn't feel comfortable walking up into the naked AD carry of Agateo. It's just evidence of the power of this pick here.
Yep, so confident on the Vayne, feels very comfortable. Hundreds of games on this champion, and now bringing to the stage for Silver Scrapes in Game 5. 5-9 on the board. We're within 300 gold of each other, 1 tower difference. Kevin's, it still can go either way, even though it feels like Targon has had their eyes on the prize. They're taking the wins in these skirmishes. But the reality is that the gold is not that far apart.
No, it's very close. They just need to be in the right place at the right time.
What happened in that fight where TJ decided not to teleport in as Minty TP'd in? He was there 10 seconds later.
He got the tower. He committed to the towers. And that's part of the reason that that gold is not as far away, because they've got 2 towers to 1.
Okay.
But yeah, it did mean that they didn't have the right positioning, so they gave over the dragon as a result, but they got the team gold. Now, Agateo tumbling forward, finding a bit of additional damage. Silver bullets out, that's 3 in. The ultimate comes out onto Agateo. Inferno brought extraordinarily low. Flash in from Agateo, but the root is there from Whittle, so it's 1 for 1, and Agateo will go down. The shutdown going over to Reds. Reds picking up a pretty essential kill there. So at least they go 1 for 1, but Agateo trying to flip the script, turn the game on its head, and really open it up for the Targon Titans.
Yeah, no fear in that man's eyes as he tumbles forward into the 1v2. He's got his team to back him up, but ends up running forward, using his flash and barrier to find that kill.
Alright, Ping's topside. TJ still has his tower, though, so pretty safe here at the moment. Daisy is going to be called upon for the Zaun Plague. Nice Never Root onto Whittle. Whittle brought very low, but he has his team here to back him up. This is a 5-0 Swain, but he will brought down. It's a shutdown, and now the rest of Zaun has to run. Can they find anything else going forward? The briefcase will just miss. The bind, just short. Both of these teams playing at these, maximum ranges, right? Very,
so far, Minty drops, giving up a big shutdown gold over to the other side, and this gold is just truly been traded back and forth all series long. It doesn't matter how much people swing, we're keeping the gold even as the macro plays are pushing on the opposite side of the map. When there is, so you're devastated in one place, you just go get the gold on the other side of the map where you can, rather than full commit everything together.
I will say that's a big shutdown, though, and it gives a more than 1,000 gold lead to the Zaun Plague here. So
yeah. Now Inferno cresting Agateo's gold off the back of him pushing too far forward, giving up shutdowns off of him and Minty. I don't know if that last death was a shutdown, but definitely had one at some point. And the gold differences have evaporated, except for the guy in the jungle.
This would be a very early Baron, and I don't think they're expecting it. And they are going to start it, so there's nobody here for Zaun. TJ might know that this is here, but really no idea that they're going to be on Baron. And Targon, have they had a stroke of genius here and started the Baron out? It will be smelled out here by Zaun. Okay, attention is turned. Oregon brought very low. The prowling projectile will land onto penultimate. Already brought very low. Teleport in from Frank. This is going to be the game. This is going to be the fight. Penultimately, brought very low, flashes back in. The Baron down to 1200 HP. Smite taken by Whittle Guy. The fight is going the way of Zaun. Down goes Agateo. Down goes the Targon Titans. And the Zaun Plague will clean ace and take the Baron. What a play for Zaun. And what a play in game number 5.
Oh, and the 4-man, they get the fist bump in to celebrate. Holy, like, I cannot deal with this anymore. My heart, as Agateo and the rest of Targon, like, they try to focus down the Baron. They know that it's hazardous, but it gets so low. It's sitting during that fight at 1400, like 1200. It's just so low, and then Whittle Guy wanders over and picks it up for himself, and then the Starfall in from Red's Awesome to clean up the fight. It's phenomenal. And now we're going to bring us over to the Dragon. It's going to bring us to 2-2 on the Dragons. 1 on the Barons, stolen over to Zaun Plague. And yet again, the game flips on its head. 43k to 35k. And now after there was such a dominant position for Targon, it felt like the stats didn't tell us that necessarily. It told us there's a 5-0 Swain. It told us there's a Vayne that has items. But then Minty is off at the top lane and teleports down immediately. TJ picks up the tower, teleports down. They still get that dragon, but now it's all on its head. I don't know what to say. Inferno is sitting at, about to finish his Infinity Edge. That'll bring him to 3 items. He'll be a full item up on Agateo at the moment. 2,000 gold advantage, so that all adds up. What a game. What a series. 2,000 gold advantage to Whittle Guy, as we've seen.
They flipped the coin. They had the coin in their hands, and they flipped it on that Baron. And that'll be something that if they, whether they win or lose, that'll be a decision. And one of the classics in LCC history that goes down.
Is that a classic overstay or a classic Baron take? As a flash out from Minty will keep him safe. Nicely done.
Just an iconic game 5. I mean, you remember these things. You remember, Jensen's Echo. You remember Sven's Ezreal. And you're going to remember Targon's Baron here in game number 5. And here it is, additional dive here. Now they've got Baron, and they've got a big gold lead, so looking to punish. Nice flash forward, nice kill from Reds. Meanwhile, on the other side, can Frank and Penultimate team up? He's so tanky, though. So many stats here. So much health. Look at that, plus 225.
There's a heal cut, but only if the auto attacks Frankward. He's just focusing down Penultimate. He needs to find one more. Trying to block the cleaver. He's doing so successfully so far. Going to slow TJ down. The bot lane, 1 tower falls, the 2nd tower falls, and this inhibitor will follow. 2 are found under that bottom tower, and Agateo just over the wall, but unable to back up his team as they play strong side to the top and unable to find TJ.
And they're going to go towards mid. I think that there was an angle to try and end there through bot, but instead they turn their attention towards mid, and Frankward's
They don't
still
want to
here.
flip the coin again?
Pretty low.
Oh my god. Thank goodness it's game 5. I don't know if I can deal with the best of 7. Please don't bring it to another game. I don't think I can handle it. Penultimate almost catching them out. Of course, just a little bit too slow. No vision to speak of, so it just would have been a happenstance catch.
Yeah, so that is Baron.
Take a breath.
Baron is used,
down.
But wow, we just broke this game open into a 10k gold lead for the Zaun Plague. And backs against the wall after a rough game 4. What a way to rally. The Ivern started off really strong and then was starting to get caught out. It looked like they had solved, they had fixed.
There was answers.
What they were going to, do. And then, boom, it all comes down to the Baron play. What a moment. What an iconic moment for the LCC to have a Game 5 Baron play.
Game 5 Baron steal to flip the game on its head. And now we are sitting at 1 minute 40 to Baron and Dragon.
I mean, it goes up there with some of the most iconic in my mind. I think of the FlyQuest into Gen G in the quarterfinals.
Danny, bring it back.
Well, that was EG. I'm talking at Worlds when they went into Gen G with the early Baron play as well. It felt very similar. All right, attention now towards Frank, but look at the way they shred that tower. Frank might be able to escape. Nice flash away from the root caller.
Had to
Will
flash
get
that.
out.
Would have fallen. It's an effortless top tower take. They had all kinds of trouble bringing down TJ, but a 2-level advantage onto the Mundo, largely off the back of Frankfurt rotating over to these fights, trying to be strong member for his team. But TJ is just trusting the rest of his team. He's staying on the side lane as Mundo. He's going where he pleases.
Yep, and the ornaments will start to come through the later this game goes.
3 on board already.
The way that Targon win this game is they continue to scale this out, and it's still possible when you have a Vayne and Ornn in the game. And so Zaun is going to be looking to use this 10k gold lead to try and bait out a fight. We see they're not going to have Soul available. They will go ahead and take this dragon. This will be their 3rd dragon.
Yeah, it's really going to hurt that Agateo has not been able to finish his 3rd item quite yet. 1,200 gold approximately in pocket, and he's got to be frantically searching for that last item before this next fight.
Pings down onto Baron. They know, Targon knows that this is really their only chance at a clean and decisive victory.
I mean, it looks to me like they should really start up this Baron on spawn. Of course, this Baron dragon is going to be eviscerated by the side of Zaun Plague, and then they're going to be down onto this Baron. Let's check in on how fast it's going down. Not too quickly. Of course, it's only 2.5 items onto the Vayne. And the rotation is coming out now.
We have to watch this Baron. We have to watch this fight. This is their last-ditch effort, and it is going to be spotted on vision here. Nice call to Forge God here. On to Whittle. Will buy a bit more space, down to 2,000 gold, and it is going to be Baron secure. But can they get out? Can they escape? The dive in from Reds, the Magnet Storm in, will buy some time. Penultimately, with a binding over the wall, will just swing wide. Inferno trying to get excited, trying to dash forward. TJ frontlining for his team, finds a 2nd kill, finds a 3rd kill, and the Targon Titans 4 down. It's only penultimate remaining, and it is going to be Zaun Plague winning here in game number 5.
The Baron does go over to penultimately. They manage to finish it out just in time, find the reset in that bush, but Zaun Plague are unconcerned. They find all but the ace, and they're going to push this down now. They've got a 12,000 gold lead for themselves, and they've just punched their ticket to the semifinals. Oh, what a series. 11:22. We started this series at 7 p.m. I'm so happy to have you all along for it. But unless Penultimate is able to pull out a miracle, this should be the end. But no! They're going to back off. They're taking the tower. Reds, please don't whoopsie this one. That's TJ's job. I can't. Oh, the game is still on.
Okay, very interesting that they didn't finish.
I think they didn't have buried, and they couldn't push it quite fast enough, and they don't want to have a classic LCC overstep.
Well,
and so we're going to have the safe play. Okay. We've got the 16 stacks of Medjai's onto Whittle Guy. We've got 33 stacks of Hubris. But, of course, we are now going to have... We have our... Frankfurt, I would have preferred to see you be patient and put the ornament down onto Minty rather than just rush and get it onto a Reganon. But that's fine. The ornament's coming through. Frankfurt is level 16 to TJ 17. The game is... I've been saying a lot tonight that it's on a knife's edge, and that is not the case here. There is a lot of gold down on the Minty.
The longer this game goes, that means that Targon is still alive, and so they're okay with this game extending. Meanwhile, Zaun, okay, now they've completed their itemization back. There's no Baron for them to take. It was a good decision from Targon to try and force that fight and to steal the Baron. Call the Forge God across, lands on the TJ, but the passive from Mundo will mean that he escapes. Daisy brought low the silver bullets onto Daisy. So the first champion down is Daisy. Meanwhile, the rest of Zaun now kind of backing out, trying to buy time here. Nice Never Root onto Reds, but escape does come through. TJ brought very low, massive healing coming through. A Reganon, nice Magnet Storm onto the back, and Agateo tumbling forward, but it's a triple kill. Will it be? It's a quadra kill. The dash forward, Frank, the last one. It's taken away.
Whittle Guy with the MVP Penta-steal. And that will be the one to end out the game. There's an immediate Starfall into the base, and Zaun Plague will finally finish punching their ticket. I say finally, but really it just took the last fight as Targon tried desperately to hold on. And what a fight it was, trying to play it front to back. They clear out the Daisy, but an insanely big heal onto TJ there. That was crazy.
Yep. And
then it's closed out.
The Zaun Plague win game number 5, and they secure their ticket to the semifinals. Congratulations. What a series delivered to us by Zaun and Targon. A special, honestly, a special best of 5 that we got to witness here tonight.
It was a banger. Let's throw out for interviews. Somebody from the winning team, let's give us the interview. I'm really Reds, you mentioned it's been 2 years since Red had a victory, and now Reds is winning a best of 5 in one of our most legendary series of all time.
I think TJ also had an amazing series as well, so yeah, I'd love to hear from one of the solo laners. What a great
series. Phenomenal. Yeah. And Zaun Plague. Yes. Whew. Okay, I'm going to take a moment. Close this. Let me get us into broadcast channel.
What a game. I hope you guys enjoyed that at home as much as we did here in the studio. That was a special moment. We got to go to Game 5, and we got to have an incredible series. Targon Titans pushing Zaun Plague all the way to the end, all the way to Game 5. If you want to be interviewed, go ahead and hop in office hours or one of the rank flags and pull you on in. I'd love to speak with one of
Little guy in Inferno.
What's up?
Oh, hi.
Hello, Little guy in Inferno. What's up? You guys just won one of our most insane best of 5s of all time. How you feeling?
Hey, I'm feeling good. Feeling good.
Ivern in Game 5. Were you stoked?
Yeah. Well, a little inside baseball here. I told my team I'm playing Fizz. There's nothing you can do to stop me. And then they left Ivern up. I was like, all right. Yeah. So they left Ivern up. I was like, well, shit.
Heck yeah. What a series. It went back and forth so many times. In Inferno, you had a rough start to this with the Yunara pick, but you've really bounced back with those other picks with the Zaya, and then coming in with the Zeri just for Whittle Guy to undercut your Penta at the last moment. How does it feel?
I was so mad, dude.
Incredible. It was one of my favorite series we've ever had in the LCC.
Yeah, it was a treat to get to cast and to get to watch. What was what were the emotions through the first 3 games? Obviously, we saw in Game 4, they kind of, stomped you guys, right? Like, they had a really strong Game 4. But Games 1, 2, and 3, also back and forth. So what was the mid-series adaptations? What were the emotions that went on kind of as the series developed in the first couple games?
So, in all honesty, for the first game, after the first game, we knew we lost just completely to a couple macro decisions. Mm-hmm. It really didn't end up going bad until those decisions, and that cost us the game. For Game 2, that bounce back was what we needed to just keep reset mental and keep going.
What is the mentality like? Do you feel confident going into other series now? You are starting out in the quarterfinals, beginning your gauntlet run with a best of 5 where you come out on top. Do you feel like that's going to pay dividends for your mental fortitude moving forward? That you guys can do this. You can bring it to Game 5 and then come away with the win.
Yeah, I think that's we needed this win. I'm not gonna lie, as a team, because our practices last night, I think we just straight lost every game, and then we're just kind of I was like, all right, I'm gonna play Jarvan, and then some, and as soon as I saw that they were trying to pick Sejuani as well, and then Game 4, I just felt
series.
Yeah, and then Game 4, I felt like we had no damage because I kind of threw in the mid lane. I didn't see Morgana get level 6, so because I was like, oh, Morgana's level 5, walk up with me, Reds, and then we just both died. I was like, shit, that's not good. And then we just weren't doing any damage.
We talked a little bit about the draft iteration, but talk to us about the way that Jarvan rised in Prio. We saw it banned out in games 4 and 5. Mm-hmm. So really your first 3 games, very important. And the Sejuani, also very important in priority in this series as well. So talk to me a little bit about the way that jungle got pinched as the series went on, and eventually they were in Game 5 with the Ivern. Nobody was expecting that, right?
I couldn't believe it. I was thinking about it, but I didn't dare to hope.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I did have a couple of patented throws, like getting caught in their jungle, because I just underestimated their like CC chain. It actually lasts for 4 seconds straight, and so I was like, I'm fine. And then I got hit with one stun, and then I was just dead. I was like, oh, okay, I'm dead again. And then so yeah, for the jungle, I just like Sejuani's one of my favorite picks, and I saw that Penultimate was playing Sejuani, so I felt like a takeaway. Plus, I get to play Sejuani, but I think Jarvan is one of my better picks. So
I think Jarvan and Sejuani is a fun matchup to play into. Can you tell me about like what was the realization like when you found that it was Morgana jungle, or did you spot that from early on?
We weren't sure initially when they picked Morgana whether it was like jungle or what it was, but then obviously as they were picking, we're like, oh, okay, that's jungle. And I'm not gonna lie, like I wasn't necessarily worried about it, but then it became very
it became an issue.
It became an issue, especially against Sejuani, because I was like, huh, I can never actually stun her. I'm like, this is actually very annoying. So
how about some of the other picks that we saw throughout as well? The Lux got played mid and carry, the Pantheon, right? A couple mid games. We also saw it taken away and played top by Frank in this series. We also had three games of Nami, right? So what did you guys think about some of these other picks? Was the Pantheon flexing around, the Lux flexing around, the Nami? Was that on your radar before the series started, or was that all game time decisions that you made in between the games?
Inferno, if you want to take this one, I don't know.
Me personally, it was kind of out of left field for some of them, but there were like the Lux going bot lane. None of us clocked.
I don't think we did either until it finally
but the Pantheon takeaway, after we got that first game with it, we kind of figured it was going to be taken. We just didn't know if it was going to be. We didn't know where it was going to be entirely. But a lot of it was just in the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you guys definitely showed up in the moment. It went to all 5. It was a great series. I think everybody had moments throughout the entire series, right?
I think every player on both teams had standout moments, and that's
absolutely
what we love to see. That it's so great. I'm so excited for you guys to get a chance to watch the games back. I think we had clear coverage of like most of the action that went down. Such good team fights, fun to watch. You really tested us, make sure that we could speak clearly for 5 minutes at a time as you continue fighting the whole time.
It was a good night of League of Legends, for sure.
Do you have any shout outs that you want to make to any other members of your team or members of the other team for highlighting big plays that stood out to you?
I'll say shout out for leaving Ivern up game 5. I appreciate it.
Of course.
It's I knew that was kind of just like a let the man play Ivern, and so I appreciate that. And then obviously shout out to my team. And then I think everyone played really well. Actually, I think TJ kind of had like a really stable performance even when he was getting hard camped. I think it was game 3. He was like 0-4 on Cho'Gath, and it's like I'm getting cooked up here. I was like honestly, you're still Cho'Gath, so I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, we were keeping an eye on it, and yeah, TJ had a great performance. Everybody brought their A game tonight. I really felt it.
Yeah, for sure. I think everyone played really well. I think Inferno popped off hard on the carry picks, so it's everyone played well. It was good.
Yeah, Inferno, do you have anybody you want to shout out, and then after that, Ian, if you have any other questions?
Not particularly.
Yeah,
Inferno unimpressed by anybody in the match.
No, Whittle kind of covered everybody, but.
All right, Jax, do you have any other questions for our lads?
I think it was a really fun series to watch. I can only assume that it was a fun series to play and getting to play all 5 games. For a lot of us, we haven't gotten to play in all 5 games. So what is the additional, the extra pressure? Do you feel it when you load into a game 5? Inferno, this is your second game 5. You're undefeated now in game 5.
And you had to play Zeri Yumi, so you had to 1v2 your lane too.
Oh, yeah. In all honesty, going into a game 5 like that, it's always gonna be hard going into a game 5 of a series. Just because if you won the last game into that, you're riding the momentum really, really well, and you're like, cool, okay, we've got this. We can just take another one. But coming off of a loss into a game 5 like that, it's like, we fought this hard to get here, just to get slammed like that.
Right.
It's hard to keep that mental going. But I honestly wouldn't trade that feeling for anything.
Yeah.
It's stellar when you find
Yeah.
out. We've mentioned it during the broadcast. You might not have heard it, but like, this is what we're here for. The rest of the season, forget about it. We're here for the game 5, so the best of 5, the series that goes the distance. It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, you guys,
it's a lot more fun.
your season's not over. We're headed on to the semifinals. Taking the name forward, so you'll get to take on the Bilgewater Bullets in your next matchup. Of course, you've got a week in between now and then to reset, recuperate, regenerate some energy,
And plan.
and plan ahead. They are the only team. You guys are the only team to take a game off them all season long. And went 1-1 into you guys. So, anything kind of ahead of the semifinals that you're looking forward to? Do you think that we're going to see completely different picks come out? Or are you playing your cards close to your chest on this one?
I mean, I think they have like a really strong like core, like support jungle mid, and they're roaming around. They're very like in your face all the time. I think.
Yep.
So I think we'll be much more like, without giving away too much, but we'll be playing a lot more defensively and trying to just scale and stay alive because they put the pressure on. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you both for joining us, and I think it's been a stellar best of 5 to start off the playoffs. It's 11:36. We started this at 7 p.m. Like I said, with my internet being down, and so
Great
thank
games,
you both.
guys.
I'm going to throw you back
Congrats.
to the pool, and
Congrats
we'll
on
wrap
the
up
win.
the stream. Congrats.
Heck yeah.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for
Yep.
casting.
See you
No
next
problem.
week.
See ya.
Good luck.
Yeah.
All right, throw them out somewhere. Get out of here.
All right, so that is, I think that's the end, Jason. Of course, we've got more games tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. Tomorrow, less than 24 hours time, we're going to be right back here with our best of 5 series. We could go another 5 games as the Bandle City Buckaroos take on the Piltover Progress.
Let's go Bucks.
Right on the Rift. Anything, how do we close this one out? I mean, I think what a series. It delivered everything we could have asked for.
I think if you are walking back through the games, please help us with clipping highlights because there are so many highlights to pull. So if you pull highlights, go ahead and just drop them in the channel, like mention us, and that would be helpful. But yeah, I think that's all from us here. This was a fantastic start to the playoffs, and I'm excited to see where we go from here.
Yeah, guys, welcome to the playoffs. Hopefully you're enjoying the LCC as much as we are. Can't wait to be back tomorrow.
Yeah, see you soon.
See you guys tomorrow.